Good afternoon. Today is Thursday, September the 24th. Today in geometry, we looked at segment relationships and we did some work with some segment proofs. So I'll go to the whiteboard and show you an example of what we did today on one of the proofs. So if you look in your book, on page 143, there's an example of the proof there that I'll go through with you. We set up our statement and reason chart. And notice we have a picture here. The picture shows us that we have two segments intersecting. And we will, so this point right here will be point C. G is here at this end. D is down here. E is here in the middle. And F is here on this end. Now, what we're given is that, and I will put this in symbols here rather than writing because you can look in your book, CE is congruent to FE. That means those two are the same length. And ED is congruent to EG here. So what we have to prove is that we have to prove that CD, segment CD, is congruent to, get our congruency sign here, is congruent to FG. So if we look to start with, remember the first statement in everything we do is the given. So if we put statement 1 here, we can talk about CE. CE is equal to, or is congruent, I'll put the congruent sign on it in a minute, is equal to FE. And ED is equal to EG. So if you notice, this is CE, that's segment CE. Put my congruent sign on here, like this, and here's FE. And then here's ED, and I put my congruent sign, and that's EG. Now, I go back. Now remember, the first statement is always given. So now, the next thing we do, if we come down here, number 2, remember if you're used to what we've done here, number 2, we get to, from the congruency to the equality. So we can say CE is equal to FE and ED is equal to EG. And that's just the definition of congruency. And you can put the congruent sign out here. Definition of congruency. So that's the congruent sign. Now, so the next thing we look at is, okay, we're looking at where we're going. And we can say with our segment addition postulate here, we can say CE plus ED is equal to CD. And that's the segment addition postulate, which says that a whole is equal to sum of its parts. Okay, and now if I come back over here now and I look at what I've got up there above it, so now I can come in here and I can replace CE with FE, so I can say FE plus, I can replace ED with EG, EG equals CD, and that's just a substitution because I've replaced something, I've replaced CE with what it's equal to, and I've replaced DE with what it's equal to. And then the next thing I can come down here now, then I can say, okay, so FE plus EG is equal to FG. And that once again is the segment addition postulate, segment addition postulate, because that's what it says. It says the whole segment's equal to the sum of its parts. So now that I can come in here, since I've got CD and FG both equal to the same thing, I can do CD is equal to FG, and that once again is a substitution also. Then once I get to here, then I can come down here to 7 because I've got what I'm looking for, except it's not congruent. So I can say segment CD, and I'll put the symbols on top of it in a minute, is equal to segment, or is congruent to segment FG. And that's just basically, come over here, now that's the definition of congruency, and I'll put that symbol in here in just a second. So if we come in, we put the segment CD, segment FG, put the congruency relationship, and then I come over here, that's the definition of congruency. Now, the thing about proofs like this, the more you do them, the more comfortable you get with the postulates that you have, the theorems that you have, and the way that the reasons are going. Like, for instance, hopefully you're at the point now where you know when you go from the congruency statement here to the equality statement, that's the definition of congruency, and then you're going to have to turn around at the end of the proof and go back from the equality statement to the congruency statement. So as you work these, you'll get more comfortable with them. So look at your homework, give it a try, and if you have questions, as always, send them to me. So I will stop sharing here now, and I will see you tomorrow. Let me know if you don't understand anything.